So, guys, welcome back to All Gains Mindset. We talk about diet, fitness, dating, health, mindset. We're going to go over law number 12 of Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Let's get into it. Alright, so law number 12. What is that, you may ask? Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. One sincere and honest move will cover over dozens of dishonest ones. Open-hearted gestures of honesty and generosity bring down the guard of even the most suspicious people. Once your selective honesty opens a hole in their armor, you can deceive and manipulate them at will. A timely gift, a Trojan horse, will serve the same purpose. So what does this mean?
Yeah, so it's pretty much what this is saying. It's kind of like, you could say this is another one of those dark laws.
It can be if taken in the wrong context. It depends how you use it and your personality traits.
Yeah, and so what this is pretty much saying is that, well, everyone in general, everyone should be, be as generous and kind to an extent to each other as possible. But when it comes to people that you can affiliate in your mind as like a foe or as a adversary, you want to give them these in selection at perfect moments to get pretty much to make them believe that, oh, this guy's really being really nice right now, and it lowers their guard for any specific reason for you to, take advantage of the situation. But let's get into some history about this. So everyone knows who Al Capone is. He's the the real OG. He's a gangster back in the day, 1920s, and he was conned by a man named Lustig. So Lustig came up to Al Capone and offered him a deal to double his money. He offered Al Capone, if he gave him $50,000, he can double it in 60 days. So Al Capone looked at him and was like, sure. So he at first he didn't want to do it, but he offered it because he had more money. He had more than enough money to cover this, and if the guy failed, he'd just kill him and take whatever he had. So it was perfectly fine. He put out the money, gave it to Lustig, and then Lustig went on his way to double the money. But what he did was he put the money in a box in one of those bank things in Chicago, left it there. He went to New York for 60 days, had no plans on doubling it, did some stuff in New York, came back, took the money out, and then went to Al Capone and apologized for his failure of not doubling the money. And in this sense, everyone was very, what are you doing? Very pissed off. But he reaches into his pocket and gives Al Capone back the $50,000 that he had loaned him. And with this generosity and with this act of kindness of returning the money that he had, Al Capone had loaned to him, Al Capone was caught off guard because he's not used to this type of deal. And Al Capone believed that he was so honest and was so generous about the situation, he gave, let's say, $5,000 to, of whatever thing he's going through, and just gave it to him and sent him on his way. And so he just made $5,000 by holding money somewhere and not doing anything about it with a gangster. He just literally went to a gangster and was like, hey, let me do this. And then didn't do anything and still got money out of it by giving him money back.
Yeah, it's all about saying the right things to people at the right time, right, for different purposes, right? Telling people whole truths can lead to certain things, but it's how you sort of maneuver situations and how you handle them. It depends on the outcome of the situation.
If you know who you can call, let's say, like an adversary or a foe, right? You want to give them selective acts of kindness, selective generosity, because if they believe, that you're up to something, you need to get them off that trail. If that's the way that you want to handle the situation. If you're, really doing something that you probably shouldn't be doing, but they know that you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. By doing that, it helps you get away from that. That's if you want to be that way, but you don't have to. You can always, being generous and being a good person, not all the time, because we already covered laws where doing that is not always great, but doing it in selective moments is always a good thing to be doing.
Yeah, so just be careful of how you word things and how you go about things, and you don't want to rub people the wrong way with the wrong kind of honesty, because then you just get yourself hurt. And especially in today's emotionalism world we live in,
Yeah.
You need to be careful. So, with that said, we're going to end it on here. And if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe as well. And with that said, we'll see you in the next video.